on our Junks Radio Twitter put out, and this is piling on, I understand that, but we opened up the show talking about the Nationals. And it wasn't all their fault, but I just put the Nationals bullpen blank. I didn't even put in the Nationals bullpen blank, and tons of responses. And there was actually defense, are getting whored by their defense. But the one which made me laugh was going to be suck this year, which is the old
the Obi reference.
It's
a good move.
Scherzer pitches well, hands it over to the bullpen, and yes, Jennings didn't give up any rockets, but at the end of it, he leaves a 3-3 game, and it ends up 5-3. It's just what happens.
I know. I can't even fault the team for losing with the lineup they're putting out there every night. I mean, that lineup's not going to beat a lot of teams.
That is true.
It's not.
And there's not much you can do about it. Even, I saw as we're talking about tweets, that I actually caught this in case you missed it. I guess Doug McKinney piled on their travel issues. He said something like, Davey must have been arranging that.
It's a good thing. He's the new travel coordinator.
There's guys batting like in the 3-hole, and the 4-hole, and the 5-hole that have no business being there.
Well, who else are you going to put there right now?
I don't know. That's what I'm just saying.
They don't have any other options.
Right now, their best healthy hitter is Howie Kendrick. Of course I'm going to bat him 3.
Right.
Now, Kendrick didn't play on Sunday. Adam Eaton did.
Right.
And he hit in the 3-hole.
Right.
But who else are you going to put there?
As I've said a million times, I understand the frustration. A, they're losing, and B, like Davey just looks clueless, like he has no control over it. But I know he's a baseball lifer. I see him there consulting with all the guys there.
True,
he's not making any sort of unilateral decision. He's trying to get input from everybody.
By the way, all 30 Major League Baseball life.
Of course.
And they all know baseball.
Of course, I'm not saying that
some managers are better.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't be fired or that he's not terrible. I'm just defending him because I don't see obvious mistakes happening all the time. Even last night, they're just errors everywhere.
Yeah.
And then people are trying to tell me, well, it's because of Davey's culture that he allows these errors to happen, that they're not held accountable. Are you kidding?
One of the
people
errors,
are insane.
I think it was an error. They might have called it a hit, whatever, I think it was the check.
Mm-hmm.
And the check swing went down the third base line. Again, I'm just listening to our great radio play-by-play guys.
Yeah.
I'm driving. And it just struck me. It was Wilmer Defoe throwing it to Howie Kendrick. It's not, you would have never drawn that up. It's supposed to be Rendon to Zimmerman or Rendon to Matt Adams. It's not supposed to be Defoe at third, charging a check swing, throwing to the first base. So when it gets behind the first baseman and it's a whole disaster, it's not entirely surprising.
Did they give Defoe an error?
I don't remember. I think initially they gave Yelich a hit.
I think Yelich had
they're
hit.
just hooking Yelich.
I think they gave him the infield hit.
But then did you see
probably
when
would've beat it anyway.
Suzuki tripped over the ball, couldn't get the ball in his hands,
Yes.
literally a little nubber
Well, that's
that like
Davey's-
Cakes would hit
I know, but
right
that's
in front of
Davey's
home
fault.
plate.
Hey, why just me? Why is it just me hitting
All right,
it?
me too. And then the ball can't even throw the guy out anywhere. There's bases that he could have thrown any base.
EB's Joe, he played basketball and then he quit at 3 points.
3 points.
At least you lasted a full
I understand
11
him
against
because
AWOD.
sometimes my kid wants to play to 11. I'm like, whoa, how about 7? No, how about 5 or 7?
My heart was in it.
You got to
but
get on
my
that Peloton.
Yeah,
Cakes.
I
cardio
guess.
wasn't.
I guess.
Jeez.
But I'm kind of with EB. I'm more worried about shredding my knee or blowing out my stupid
No, I was actually
Achilles.
worried about stroking out because I was
I'm less
breathing.
worried about that. Though it's
so
always
hard.
a possibility.
But honestly, if those guys weren't hurt, all right, if Turner, Rendon, Zim, Soto, who am I missing? Adams.
Those are the big four.
We're not, and Adams. We're not hurt. All right, I know it's tough to say. I mean, all teams have injuries. But if those 5 guys were healthy, what would their record be right now? It wouldn't be 14-20.
No.
Something
more
Yeah,
wins.
maybe 18-16.
Yeah, I don't think because they've made a lot of mistakes and then pitched
but
great.
I guarantee you they wouldn't be 5 out.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Of
with-
course.
To me, I know you can say Rendon's the most important. To me, it's Trey Turner because he can also help them manufacture runs.
Well,
Both
he's
of them
also a
are
better.
huge.
He's
I
also a
agree.
better fielder than a 21-year-old
Yes.
who shouldn't be there.
Right.
And I feel bad for Carter Kieboom. He was kind of forced to come up to the big league level, and he's just not ready.
Well, he might be great. Ultimately for second.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He
he'll
showed
probably be fine.
signs,
Yeah,
but he's lost.
it's just a lot of pressure.
There's a lot of pressure.
Plus, the time.
now you're in the
Extra
situation where you
pressure.
need Strasburg to rescue you again with a big start today.
And only
Right.
a matter
After
of time.
Max.
Only a matter of time before he hits the DL.
Right, and if he hits the DL, then where are you?
Yeah, he looks pretty good so far.
So
Of
far,
course
he
he
does.
does.
What
He always does.
Always does.
And then,
Long season,
June
though.
15th, we're going to hear about his shoulder, and it's going to be like non-surgical. They're going to pull him out, and it's going to last a month.
I just like to defend Davey because I just think it's the easy, it's got to be the manager.
It is easy, and it's easy to point to the bullpen, and if you actually watch the game or listen to the game, the bullpen wasn't necessarily – now, Suero gave up a hard double, but Jennings, who they
Jennings
brought
was
in,
fine. There was a bunch of weak
Right.
stuff all
Yeah,
over the place.
Exactly.
Now, I think he's ultimately going to pay the price because I think they're going to have a down year, which they are. I think they're going to miss the playoffs. And
He's going to have to go if they miss 2 years in a row.
I
He's brought
think-
here to
and
win
he-
a World Series.
And he's going to pay the price.
But I'm fascinated to see if he can survive the season. That's what I'm fascinated.
You may not survive this road stint.
By the way, if they
But I mean, can you blame him? Like if you watch that game last night,
No,
you would say
I don't-
that literally has nothing to do with the manager.
I don't blame him, but someone's got to be held accountable.
There's always going to be
Right?
a fall
So-
guy.
I guess. What do you do? If problem,
So what? If you're just gonna suck, you're just gonna stand pat and
sometimes you
say we
just suck. Yeah, not every team that sucks fires the manager every time.
I think it's actually a lot of our fault that. No. Listen, we go into the season with all these high expectations
Okay,
every
but
year, and we overrate and we overvalue all the Nats
We
players.
weren't the only ones.
not
Look at-
everybody was as high because what I said, and Sam was, there were a lot of question marks with the Nats team, and now the injuries have added to it. But
I haven't seen the Nats play yet.
the guesswork
Seemed
of
like a triple A
Dozier's last year, it's not going to spill over to this year. It's going to be Dozier from 2 years ago,
Right.
And these rookies, and they're good. But these rookies, Soto technically not a rookie, but second-year player, and Robles, they're going to have
They're
this
not the
amazing.
problem. Those
I
guys
didn't
aren't
say
the
that.
problem.
Amazing
Well,
problem.
every
But everybody
year-
was assuming this fantastic production, and it was a lot of ifs.
Everyone always assumes the highest ceiling for every player going into
not
the
true.
season.
That's
oh,
not
you'll go back
true.
and listen to the spring training
You
shows.
know what you're going to get. We said the spring training.
And-
We said Strauss is going to get hurt. Zim will play 120 games, but hopefully the sum of their parts will be enough to cover
then-
the
But
loss of
also,
Bryce
but
and
also
some-
Valdez at the spring training shows, we're having 4 or 5 guests on it. We're kind of kissing up to him a little bit too.
Well, yeah, okay, but that's true. And we also go into every single season thinking the bullpen's fixed. That whoever we bring in is just going to.
Rosenthal's
Well,
gonna
I
be
did not
amazing.
see Rosenthal's problems. You're right. I thought he was going to be silly.
We just assume that all of these problems are fixed, but they just keep happening year after year.
I don't think anybody saw Rosenthal having these kind of problems.
You're
Nobody
right.
saw
You're
I
right.
it.
was
Valdez.
swayed by how dreamy Rosenthal was. I'll admit.
Look, we were
Super
wrong
nice.
on the bullpen. Absolutely, we were wrong on the bullpen. But no one could predict the injuries. The injuries are mounting at an alarming rate.
Yeah.
Alarming.
Eric was swayed by how good the clubhouse felt.
Well,
when everyone was down there.
everyone
Yeah.
said it was a common theme. Everyone said
They were selling that soap.
Well, hold on.
We were
I,
buying
don't-
it.
I still think when they play out, can we see them play healthy for a week?
Probably
Can we
not.
see
That
them
might
play
not
healthy for
happen.
a week?
It might not
I
happen.
think it'll happen. It's going to happen soon, actually. I think within 2 weeks, you'll have Trey back. You'll have Rendon back. You should have, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with Zim.
I mean, within 2 weeks, they could be 10 games back.
You should have
Yeah, but it's not going to matter in 2 weeks.
Soto back.
Yeah, I mean, if they're 10 games back, it's going to be tough.
Okay, but can I at least just see them play healthy and see what they can do?
Yeah, July.
Okay, fine. Just at least see that.
You did in early April, and they were 9-8.
Not really. How long did Trey play before he went down?
4 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you never did really see it. It's not fair.